Dungeon debate, baby. Today we're talking about two more magic items. The Cloak of Invisibility and the Broom of Flying. The tools that Harry Potter uses on his quests.
Yeah, this is kind of
This is Harry Potter.
unintentionally a Harry Potter debate.
I thought it was a Harry Potter debate.
Oh, you did?
Well,
it is one, basically.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
I didn't even make notes for this one because I think I'm so right, I don't even need them. So Ethan is going to be defending the Broom of Flying, which is a, magic broomstick, and which is cool.
You know what?
But I'll be
don't
defending.
need it either.
Now use your notes if you need them.
Well, it's just what the thing does.
I'm just being dramatic. Oh, I see. But I'll be defending invisibility cloaks. And I think these are both very great items, but I think invisibility cloaks blows Brooms of Flying out of the air.
There's actually a kind of cool thing about the Broom of Flying, though, which is cooler than, like, the Boots of Flying.
Yeah, why don't we go ahead and say what each one does?
So, obviously, the Cloak of Invisibility...
No, I'll say what that does.
It makes you invisible, all right? That's the only thing it does.
No, I should say what it does.
I want to insult each other.
All right, I guess I'm going first because you can't follow
It makes you invisible.
No, it makes you invisible. I wish it was just made you invisible. That'd be the most OP thing in the world. If that was the only thing the stat block says, then you're OP. There's nothing else. No. So what it is it's a cloak, and you can take an action to flip the hood up. And when the hood is up, you are completely invisible. It's the equivalent of a greater potion of invisibility. So there is nothing in the stat block that says anything about if you attack, you lose invisibility. No, you have it always.
Oh.
So that's one thing. However, there is one limit on it, and it only lasts 2 hours a day, which is obviously plenty of time in a combat situation. But you can't just be invisible like all day long. Like you do have it. It is limited to some extent. And then if you use the 2 hours. It's not 2 hours a day. It's 2 hours charge, and then to recharge it, it takes 12 hours of it not being used to gain, I believe, 1 hour of charge.
So you basically need to wait an entire day, 24 hours.
Yes. So basically, it is one use a day, but 2 hours long, which is a long time.
That is a long time.
So, but there is those limits to it, which I thought I'd say. But I wish it was just invisibility.
Yeah, this one also has limits. They're not as bad, though. So the Broom of Flying, obviously, is a broom that flies. So basically, it can move 50 feet, which is pretty cool. I believe you can still dash with it, too, so it can go up to 100.
Can you ride it?
No. Yes,
you
can ride it.
Yeah, you didn't say that.
Yeah, so basically, it's a rideable magic item, which is very unique. There aren't really a lot of magic vehicles.
That's true. Magic carpet is like the other one.
Yeah. Magic cart.
Yes.
Yeah. You just go supersonic. It kind of like
hoverboard.
Instead of horses, they put some like weird like machine on the front and it turns the back wheels and go fast. Takes fuel though.
So plain.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
So basically, it can move 50 feet, and I believe you can still dash with it. It says nothing about that, and it's flying, of course, and that's where Harry Potter used to fight the dragon, which was sick. But it can hold up to 400 pounds, which is really cool.
So it could hold the whole party.
It could. If you all were gnomes. I mean, I guess it could if you all were gnomes. Yeah, or it can hold like a minute.
It can hold at least a second person.
Yeah, it can hold at least a second person. But if it goes above 200, it does only go 30 feet. That's its only flaw.
I don't think you can dash with it because it doesn't say you can dash with it. Therefore, you can't. Like,
yeah, I mean,
D&D,
that's what I was thinking. But I was like, wouldn't it say you can't dash or like...
The wizards are extremely good at putting the exact rules. People debate over these things, and most of the time, it's like, does it say that? No. Then no, you can't do that. Does it say that? No. Then that's not a limit. You know what I mean? Anything about it is said. You know what I mean? Right. So
yeah. I mean, so I guess it only goes 50 feet and then it goes 30 feet. But that's still
you could if you had the broomstick in, let's say you can run 60 feet dashing. So if you had the broomstick 60 feet in front of you, you could run 60 feet to the broomstick, get on the broomstick, and then another 50 feet of flying the broomstick.
Wait, but theoretically, couldn't you, like, just have the broomstick, like, you know, you're, like, riding it, but you can, like, run on it? So you're, like, running, and then you fly. So you get that, like, boost.
like you have it hovering next. No, but if it's moving with you, it's moving. That's its 50 feet. You know what I mean? So really, it's 50 feet of speed you get, which is really good, but not as good for some characters.
Yeah. So 50 feet is still good, and of course you can attack. So I kind of thought of a couple of ways that it can be used. First of all, if you have a dirty room, you can clean your room. That's a good one.
No, you can't.
It's a broom.
Yeah. Oh, well, it works. It does work as a regular broom.
It's a broom.
Well, you can't clean it. You can't really get down there with, like, disinfectant and,
It's magical, Jake. It's a broom. I feel it.
But it's not magical at cleaning. That's true. It's a mundane broom.
I guess so. But, yeah, so basically, I feel like if you're lighter, you can have someone else with you, or you can put, like, storage on it. You can put, like, bags on it, and it holds 400 pounds. So you're like, oh, crap, we need to move this chest that's full of treasure, and we can't. Looks at the broom, and the broom's just, like, floating there.
That's true.
You could put some rope, and then it just carries it for you.
Yeah.
And you can tell it where it goes.
Instead of using a piece of wood with wheels, you could use a magic item.
What happens if you're in a cave, and there's, like, some cliff that you have to go up, and you can't do it with a normal cart? Boom. Broom of Flying.
There you go.
So basically,
that's why I use legendary items for those niche cases.
It's not even legendary.
Or wondrous.
It's, like, uncommon.
So. I'm pretty sure the invisibility cloak is a legendary item.
Well, then it's your fault for putting the stupid...
You chose Broom of Flying.
I wanted something difficult because I know the... Whatever. But, yeah, so basically I thought it could be a cool storage thing. And the fact that it flies is very good, so you can go freaking Harry Potter style. Yeah. You know, all dragons and everything could catch up to you.
I mean, invisibility cloak can go Harry Potter style as well. It's just which style.
It's not... I guess it is a cloak. I always thought, like, how does Harry Potter find that thing?
I will say the D&D cloak is way better than the Harry Potter.
Oh, yeah.
Harry Potter one, you're it's a blanket.
Hood. Yeah, it's a blanket.
And this one, you still can move.
You wear it.
Yeah.
So it's nice. Yeah, but still, it can carry your friends. So when there's like lava, you can like carry multiple people. And the cool thing about it is you can travel long distances with it without getting tired. You and yourself without getting tired. That's kind of like a main thing about mounts and like just traveling in general. Is like you guys and your mount will get tired no matter what you're riding.
I mean,
dragon, flying.
A lot of people just ignore it because it's a hassle to keep track of. But technically speaking, yes, it is good.
Don't ignore it. Be cool.
That's true. You're supposed to not ignore it, so we'll just assume you don't.
Yeah, so basically there's no tired limit on this thing. It can just go. You can even, you can have someone sleep on it. That'd probably be a poor idea. And someone else drive.
Balance.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, so basically it's pretty cool. And I thought which would be super cool is if you get like a ship and you put like hundreds of Broom of Flying, you can have a flying ship.
If you have hundreds, yes.
Just tape it onto the bottom, just a flying ship.
I feel like there's a lot of better uses.
Yeah, but the fact that you're flying with it is very powerful because you can attack from the air, so it's very strategically powerful.
Sure.
And I'm not sure if the rule applies if something is flying, if you hit it, it has a chance of falling. It's the broom that's flying. So would it negate that?
If you what now?
So all flying creatures, if you get hit by something, you have a chance of falling to the ground. But the broom is like not alive. Like if you got hit, would you stay on the broom?
That's a good question. We'd have to look at the rules specifically. We have to look at the rules of what that rule is that you're talking about being hit. And then we have to say, does a broom of flying creatures. Like, if you're on a broom of flying, are you considered a flying creature? Or you just happen to be on an object that is flying? That would be different. You know what I'm saying? And then is the broom getting hit or are you getting hit? And which are you? You'd probably have to make, in my opinion, I don't know the specific rules enough to make a call on this, but I would say if you get hit on a flying broom, the worst case would be you need to make a strength check or something to stay on. But that'd be like worst case. I think unless it's a shove, like attacks don't get to deal that kind of pushing. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just if they hit you with an arrow, arrows don't just make you have to make strength checks.
Unless you're dead. But yeah.
Sure.
Yeah,
well,
but
if you're unconscious, you probably just fall off.
Yeah, then you would fall off. But if you're alive, that technically by the rules, I'm not sure if
you can make acrobatics.
You can do whatever you want, but like it's safer to fly that way than you with wings in combat.
Yeah,
so
I see.
It's pretty nice, and so that's kind of the Broom of Flying.
Broom of Flying is really awesome.
It doesn't make you invisible, but you can fly, get places fast, no tiredness at all. The great traveling magic item. And you can store it. It's a very portable thing. It's a broom. And I bet you can definitely whack with it.
Sure.
Yeah. Wait, could you make it like a sharpened spear? Like you like carve the front, you just go...
It's magic, so...
Oh, and by the way, falling speed is a couple thousand feet per turn, so you can just go dive bomb. You can go like mega fast. So yeah.
I see.
Boom.
Very cool. But not as cool as the Invisibility Cloak. Now, Broom of Flying I really like.
Harry Potter.
It's because one of the things I like about them is they're not that strong. They're very...
No, they're not.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But, so Invisibility Cloak. Now, when you talk invisibility, it's like, oh, you can be sneaky. Yes, you can. But, like, you are the utmost sneak. And sneaky is super valuable for a million different things. So, the Broom of Flying, traveling, yes, it's a good reason. But I think traveling is a pretty weak.
Well, it's also good in combat. You can improvise with the broom, which is pretty cool. You can use it for multiple things.
Yes, but I don't think you can use as many things as an invisibility cloak. So let's start. A bunch.
Can an invisibility cloak hold 400 pounds, Jake?
No, but
I don't think you can even hold 400 pounds with that cloak on.
No, but can the broom make you invisible? No. So that's what,
yes, it can.
That's
if you're
what
above the clouds. Yes, it can.
Let's say you need to sneak in somewhere. Being above the clouds is not going to be helpful.
Sad.
But anyway, you have lots of different encounters in D&D. This is obvious. You have combat encounters, and then you have all the million other types you could have. You know, all these all the ones that kind of make D&D cool. Because combat you can just do in a video game, but D&D you have all these other things going on. So whether that be sneaking in somewhere, getting past the guards, an invisibility cloak gives you a lot of versatility. And if you are a character with an invisibility cloak, I guarantee you will be valuable in every situation. Every single one. You'll be able to say, hey guys, I can turn invisible, so I can take care of this.
But what happens when you walk into something that's true sight, blind sight?
Those are different. Yeah, true sight, that's the great thing about...
And
although... Okay, yeah.
Invisibility is all about sight. So if someone doesn't need sight, like smell or hearing, they can find
which is a really good thing. If this cloak masked you from every single form of sight, then it would be so OP that it would break the game. So we don't want that. But it is almost to that level. It is super powerful. And so let's look at combat. It's just so obviously good on every other thing besides combat that I don't even know if I need to go into it, but like the uses of an invisibility cloak are endless. You need to assassinate the king? Simple. Put your hood up and go kill him. You know what I mean? You need to...
Unless he has true sight, he's like, intruder!
You need to go steal the treasure? Simple.
But can you...
Put your hood up, go pick up the treasure, it's invisible now, leave.
But can you carry that treasure? Wait, really? Anything you touch turns invisible?
No, anything you carry. So if you put it on your person, it's invisible now.
But what happens to like a chest?
Are you going to be carrying a chest around?
You can with the Broom of Flying.
Yeah, but they're going to see you doing it. Anyway,
but with the Broom of Flying.
You can't. Wait, you're going to perfectly balance a chest on a broom?
No, you can tie it on the bottom and then you can ride and leave. It's like a cargo.
400 pounds. That's not that much.
That
if
is
a full chest of gold. That weighs more than 400 pounds.
I don't...
Guaranteed. Yes. Anyway.
Maybe, but still it's
there's
cool.
a million different uses. Invisibility cloak just becomes like instant value. It's like, oh wow, this is very good. Combat though. Combat is where it's a little unintuitive, but still kind of insane. When you are invisible, you're basically they can't see where you are, one. So in order for them to actually hit you, they have to say, I attack here. You know what I mean? And if you aren't there, it's a guaranteed miss. But even if you are there, they have disadvantage. So basically what happens is you are kind of unstoppable.
Unless they
you
have
cannot unless they are one of the very few creatures that have blind sight or true sight or whatever. But most creatures have dark vision at the most. Like there's very few creatures that have anything other than sight-based sight, which makes sense.
Wait, but what about like smell and hearing?
Some things have smell, but it's not a type of sight. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, you're in the area. You know, something like that. Mm-hmm. But it's not like, oh, you're right there. So when you're invisible in combat, and if it lasts 2 hours, it's gonna last the full combat. Like, you can't be touched, basically.
You can't be touched in the air.
Yes, you can.
Unless it's range. But like,
yes, you
I
absolutely
just think
can.
of all the cool stuff you can do. You can go on like bombing runs with a broom. So imagine like 4 people with brooms.
It allows you to move differently, but it doesn't make you any stronger. You're still going to get hit, you're still going to deal the same damage you always did.
But you can come up with very cool ideas.
Same with invisibility cloak.
Can you be like cool and fly with
So let's
broom?
just take a basic encounter. A dragon. Let's just take a basic red dragon. Like, that's like a very iconic creature.
He would see you with the cloak.
No, he wouldn't.
He has blind sight.
No, I don't think so. I think red dragons only have dark vision.
No, they have blind sight.
All dragons?
All dragons.
No, I don't think that's...
That is true.
Do they?
Remember Smaug when Frodo... He had the One Ring, which, by the way, the Ring of Invisibility, when you actually put it on, it makes you invisible forever. So that ring is like the strongest thing there is.
The ring... No, so the ring is... This is a debate, too. The ring is very good because it does last forever, but if you attack, you aren't invisible anymore.
Oh. I feel like
that's not true with the cloak. The cloak is you can attack, and then, whoop, you're gone. Like, it's like...
Yeah, so I guess it's like, which one...
Clearly, the cloak is better. Clearly. But in a combat situation, clearly, the cloak is better.
But what happens in combat? It's like you got the ring. It's like bonus action.
You don't have that bonus action. Oh. That's not a bonus action you get. That would be good, but no.
That would be so funny. It's just you see someone stab you, they're like, oh.
So the fact that an invisibility cloak is like endlessly useful for any situation, and then it's also OP in combat, just makes the invisibility cloak like possibly the most powerful magic item in the game. Possibly. It's up there. It's very good.
That would mean nothing if someone had the Vopal sword.
Are they going to see you?
If they do, you're dead.
But they won't.
But if they do hit you right, you're dead.
But they won't.
Automatically.
That they won't.
Automatically.
But they won't see
it. Doesn't matter. If someone did have that...
If it was player with invisibility cloak versus player with Vopal sword, I'm putting my money on invisibility cloak. Because
but do you know
strategy.
Do you know what the Vopal sword does, though?
I'm sure it kills you. So
basically, if I remember, if you roll high enough, you just instantly decapitate the thing. No ifs or no buts.
But there's absolutely no way you're hitting an invisible person.
Well, normally someone who had the Vopal sword would have a way. Oh, I mean, that means we got to talk about classes and stuff. But if you talk about combat, like, that would be better.
Like, we're not talking about imagine a battle map, and an invisible player. So let's say this would be the equivalent of saying, okay, DM, close your eyes. DM closes their eyes. You move your player. You attack and then move your player. And then I take the piece off the board. And then I say, okay, DM, use your monster to try to hit me. You as the DM, if you're playing fair, would need to say, okay, the monster is going to attack this square. Nope, that's not where I am. Like, what are the odds that you would ever find that person? 1, you would never find them. 2, if you do find them, you're at disadvantage.
Well, but what happens if there's something that has like an area attack? You know, like a breath weapon.
Then
or
that's
like
better.
A spell.
That's better, but you as a human with a brain can go somewhere that isn't going to be in that.
Well, but that's generally talking about like the basic like low tier monsters and people. But like if you're fighting something with a high challenge rating, like they would probably have a pretty good way of seeing.
I hope they do. Otherwise, the game's broken. But invisibility cloak is super good.
It is good. Broom of Flying is better though.
It is no, it's not. Broom of Flying's really nice.
You get more style points. What do you mean? You can become the ultimate wizard.
No, you don't get more style points.
Yeah, you do.
Imagine you have like the hobgoblin, like, I got you, and then all of a sudden just a red streak goes across their neck, and they're like, and then they fall down, and then just predator style, you uncloak.
Well, but just imagine like that hobgoblin's like, I got you, and you see his army, but then shadows come out, and you look up, and you see like 5 people on broomsticks.
5 broomsticks.
And they're all wizards, and they can't, because this is an uncommon item, so that means there's like a bunch of stuff.
And then the hobgoblin's like, all right, switch to bows. Now the fight's normal.
But all the wizards will cast fireballs, so you got like just a legion of...
Okay, so my cool points, all it required was a knife. Yours requires 5 people, all of which are wizards, all of which cast fireball.
Wait, but what happens if someone just suddenly just flies away from you? Or like if you're trying to escape somewhere, maybe the roof is falling on you. You gotta get on the broom and go away fast.
That's good, but what if you're overwhelmed?
Take the broom and leave.
Yeah, but they'll just see you and they'll not let you. But if you go invisible, they can't find you. They're like,
but you're flying. You can just go up.
All right, you need to run away from the dragon. What are you gonna do? You're gonna
the dragon. What are you gonna do against a dragon?
Hood up, out.
But it can still see you.
I don't know.
It has blindside or it's not a true sight. It's blindside.
We need to check that. I swear to.
It has blindside.
Okay, well, okay. Let's say you're fighting the rock.
Okay, that's like the ultimate. Imagine if you're fighting a purple worm. How about that one?
Yeah.
That's literally the anti.
All right, it seems that there's different, but there's more creatures that can see than there are more creatures that can have blind sight, clearly.
Or true sight.
There's more creatures that fly or have a range attack than that have blind sight.
Guess that's true. Alrighty, well, let's just end this argument. Let the people decide.
Yes.
What it is.
Do you agree with me, or
do you agree with
him
me?
About
be a cool wizard.
What's cooler, Broom of Flying, or Invisibility Cloak?
You can heal. You can clean stuff with it. That's a bonus thing. Take your stuff. All right, we'll see you later next time on the Abra Bros podcast.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.